What is up, guys? It's Penguin Typer here, back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about my idea for like a new page or concept on Nitro Type that would really help a bunch of new players learn about the site's updates. Let's get right into it. So, as you guys know, Nitro Type is updated very frequently. All the time they are pushing out new updates and bug fixes and features to the game, which is awesome. We got a team of really cool admins that work on the game and spend a lot of time on the game and help make the game really good. However, when you update a game just as much as Nitro Type, sometimes people won't quite catch what you're updating, right? For instance, I didn't know about some of the newer updates until like 2 to 3 days after they were actually released. Sometimes people don't quite catch the updates when they're released, so they have to rely on sources such as the Nitro Type Wiki, the Nitro Type Discord, and some other people in the community to help them figure out what the new updates are to the site. And I think that Nitro Type should introduce this new thing called the updates page, which would just be like a little tab where they basically write down a quick list of like all the updates. For instance, it would look a lot like this, which is, as you can see, the Fall Fresh November updates. And what they did in this news post is they simply went over all the updates that they introduced during November. They said, what the update was, they gave like a quick paragraph about it, showed how it worked, automatic friends with founders, recent racers tab, all this types of stuff. And it gave a very accurate description of what all of the updates were to the site. And I think this was really good because it showed everyone who checks the news, which is like a lot of people. I assume everyone checks the news. It showed everyone like all the new updates to the site, how they could use the updates, how the updates changed the game, stuff like that. So I think that it would be super useful if Nitro Type made a quick little page like this, or maybe even a monthly newsletter type thing that just talked about all the updates that were happening on Nitro Type. Because like I said, there's a lot of updates, and people might not be able to catch all of these. They don't talk about all the updates. They don't make a news post on all the little updates. But I think if that made some sort of like monthly news post, or just a news tab, or some sort of, or an updates tab, like I said, that would be really useful so people could figure out what's going on the site and all these new updates that might be harder to catch. If I'm just thinking off the top of my head, one of them is definitely the 9 words per minute strategy patch, which is where you could use a Nitro at 9 words per minute and have like 15-second races, which encourage sandbagging. And Nitro patched this by removing the Nitro and adding it to 15 words per minute. However, not everyone might know about this if they don't type 9 words per minute or if they're not like heavily involved in the community. So it's just nice to put out updates and put out like information about these updates so people can figure out what the updates are, how they can use them, and how they change the game, impact the game, and make the game different. Because, updates change things. And thanks to Ace Typer for bringing this up. I was just browsing the Nitro Type Wiki one day, and yeah, he had this question. Would you prefer more news posts to keep the community updated? I said no preference at first, but once I started thinking about it, I was really like, yeah, that would be super nice. Because like I said, they did a really good job with this November updates they did back in November 2019. This right here is a perfect news post. Gave, like a paragraph and a quick summary about every single little update they made for the November period, I guess. And it was super useful in figuring out what was what. And Nitro Type is updating, quite a lot. If I go to the timeline, just in the few short months of 2020 we have so far, we already have all of this. Like, literally all of this. There's so much of it. And people are having to rely on sources like the wiki and even my channel, like YouTube channels, and the community and the Discord, right, to figure out what all these updates are and how they can use them. I get people asking me all the time all these different questions about like updates. And I think one of the biggest updates that people still ask me about all the time is, hey Penguin, why can't I put emojis in my name? Not a lot of people know for some reason that Nitro Type removed emojis and special characters from your display names a while ago. It was a long time ago. And to this day, some people still don't know. And I get that question multiple times every single day, just asking, hey Penguin, why can't I put emojis in my name? It's a pretty simple answer, but like, this is the type of thing that people should know from the site instead of having to go to additional resources to figure it out. So all these different types of updates that people, are asking about and trying to figure out, they should just be on some sort of like an updates page or like a community blog or something like that, where Nitro Type staff can post the name of the update and then give a short summary on how it works and how you use it. This would also be really helpful for things like the Nitro Pass, which have not came out yet, but we got people doing like all sorts of speculation and making guesses and having wrong answers and stuff like that. You know, I've been misled in the past. I've said wrong information about certain updates in the past, and when people were relying on me instead of like an admin for their information, you know, I have a couple inside like information, but I don't have the whole picture, so I can't give you the most accurate answer. The most accurate answer about updates will always come from the Nitro Type staff team. And they are the ones who need to put out some sort of updates page, updates, you know, like a monthly update thing, like the November one, right? This thing was amazing. Something like that, so people can always figure out what the updates are to the site and how they work. Especially things like the Nitro Type teacher portal, because that gets updated all the time, and I don't even know about it, right? You know, I did a video on the teacher portal, and it turns out something I said in there was actually wrong, because nobody said anything about the update. And when you update something and it like doesn't, I don't know how to say this, but like the update isn't publicized, like nobody hears about it. You know, people say like, oh, it's this way, and then it actually isn't that way, and that can lead to a lot of misinformation, which is something that's, you know, not that good. So I think it's really important that Nitro Type puts out some sort of like updates page, news page that obviously isn't the news, or just random like monthly-ish news posts talking about all the quick updates they make to the site. Like if I go over the timeline, you know, just in the month of like, let's say May, just in the month of May, they made a new sticker and a new achievement. They removed the Hall of Fame leaderboards, some of them. They made the account aged 14 days or older to send cash. The ability to use nitros from 1 to 9 and 10 to 15 was removed. The oldest active player was removed. The Hall of Fame goes from top 10 most active and top 5 fastest. And like all these quick little updates, like there's so much information. They removed Hall of Fames and everything. And nobody said a word about it from Nitro Type, like on the official site. People had to go to things like the wiki and my channel, which I made some videos about it, and the Discord, asking all these questions like what happened to the Hall of Fame. And problems like that could be really easily avoided if Nitro Type were to simply put out like a quick blog saying, hey, we've removed the Hall of Fames. Here's why, here's how it impacts the game, etc., etc. It would not take that long. I'm sure it's the type of thing you could like have someone write up in 20 to 30 minutes, really. But it would just be so helpful for like thousands and thousands of players to figure out what's happening to the game instead of having to look around for themselves and, you know, ask other people and find out from other sources. And I don't play too many other games, but I'm pretty sure that at least the games that I play that aren't Nitro Type, they all do like updates lists and updates logs and change logs and news and stuff like that, just saying how the game is changing. So I think it would be really useful if Nitro Type were to do that as well. It wouldn't have to be a big thing, just like a monthly type newsletter, just saying, hey, here's how we changed the game, etc., etc. If you like this idea, let me know down in the comment section. I actually really want this to become part of the game because A, I'm really tired of people asking me annoying questions, and B, I just think it would be super useful for tons and tons of people on the site. And if you have any additional comments or things you wanted to say about this idea, or criticisms or any of that, let me know down in the comment section because I want to hear what you guys think. You know, we got a lot of really smart people that watch my channel. I want to hear, you know, how you guys build onto the idea, how you guys dislike the idea, all that type of stuff. Let me know down in the comment section. I will be reading each and every comment tonight. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe. It really does indeed help out the channel, and I sincerely hope that you do if you like the content. Additionally, if you like this type of content where I talk about like things I think that should be added to Nitro Type or stuff like that, let me know. You know, if you guys really like this like video idea type thing, I'll do more of it, and that would be good for both of us because I know how to make cool content, and you guys know that you will get cool content. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that all of you, wherever you are in the world, whatever is happening in the world right now, have, as always, a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone.